The announcement by the Libyan authorities that the presidential elections, scheduled for Friday, would have to be postponed for a month has prompted reactions from the general population. The date was set last year after UN-led peace talks held in Tunis. Everyone was waiting for these elections to save Libya. We want a president elected by the people to govern Libya, who would be recognized by all states in the world, in order to get us out of this crisis. We don't know what's happening now. Until when will the elections be postponed? After December 24, but until when? 1 week, 2, a year? Nobody knows. On the whole, nothing is clear. We hope that the war won't return. We hope. War brings nothing but destruction, ruin and displacement. So we hope that it wouldn't return. The postponement has also raised concerns with the US, France and Germany, warning against the risks of further delay. Libya has seen a year of relative calm since the October 2020 ceasefire.
This is not the usual scene here at this Gambian beach. Ideally, as the Yuletide approaches, the beach would be full of tourists, but the story changed since the emergence of Covid-19. In Banjul and elsewhere in the Gambia, the tourist season has been on since October, but there is little or no sign of tourists here. At Tamala, a 4-star resort near Banjul, the restaurant is virtually empty, an unusual scene during a tourist season.
We see a little bit of rebounding of tourism after COVID. But let's say right now it's somewhere around 25% of where we should be.
Though COVID-19 traveling restrictions has made traveling unattractive for many, this couple from Netherlands decided to while away some time here at this Gambian beach. They are not alone. This Ivorian producer and his artist are also here to enjoy the breeze.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes from my home. I'm staying at Sukuta on the highway. It's different, Like, I'm staying with my family. Like, if you want to relax, you cannot relax in your family house. Too much of noise, kids. But here, you have your own room. You can relax, no disturbance.
In 2019, tourism contributed 30% to the country's GDP, but some international institutions pegged it at 20%.
Well, from our perspective, we shouldn't be too over-dependent on our source market. We were concentrating too much on the European market, neglecting our sub-regional market. And we have learned that now we have to embrace our sub-regional market.
Tourist arrivals have fallen from more than 235,000 in 2019 to less than 90,000 in 2020. Nigeria on Wednesday destroyed over 1 million expired doses of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines. The expired doses were destroyed at a landfill in Nigeria's capital Abuja a week after the nation said it will no longer accept donated COVID-19 vaccines with short shelf lives.
We had no choice to accept these vaccines with short shelf lives because we are interested in protecting our citizens from COVID-19. So even as we accepted these vaccines, we were cognizant of the fact that there are a lot of other challenges that we have to overcome in order to get these vaccines to the arms of Nigerians. So I'll tell you, for example, some of these vaccines came in with short lives of about 4 weeks.
And now NAFDAC will destroy it in collaboration with Primary Health. We are one of the few agencies in Africa that test our vaccine before use.
On Tuesday, the country recorded 2,123 new COVID-19 infections, the highest daily tally since January this year and the second highest since the pandemic.
The captain and first mate of the ship whose grounding in 2020 caused an oil spill on the coast of Mauritius were found guilty Tuesday of the most pollution ever known in this Indian Ocean archipelago. The Japanese bulk carrier ran aground on July 25, 2020 on a coral reef southeast of Mauritius, releasing more than 1,000 tons of fuel oil into its crystal clear waters. Another Indian captain, Suni Kumar Nandeshwar, who admitted during the hearing that he had been drinking during a party organized on board the ship, was also found guilty, along with his Sri Lankan first mate, of endangering the safety of navigation by a court in Port Louis. Their sentence will be known on December 27. The MW Acacia ship was en route from Singapore to Brazil with 38,000 tons of fuel oil and 200 tons of diesel on board, which quickly began to leak, but most of which could be pumped out.
The mandatory vaccination pass, which aims to limit the spread of COVID-19 in the public and private sectors, is now in force in Tunisia. Public places are now authorized to only holders of a health pass and a national identification card. Dozens of people demonstrated on Tuesday and Wednesday in the center of Tunis against the measure decided by President Kais Saied in October. The move was intended to accelerate the vaccination campaign and limit the spread of the virus in public. The presidential decree imposes sanctions against anyone refusing to carry a vaccination pass in the public and private sectors. On Tuesday, Amnesty International called on the Tunisian authorities to halt the implementation of the presidential decree, saying that the text contains provisions that violate rights.